In this video, we're going to compare the graphs of logs and exponentials. So we're going to create an in-out table, and then we're going to create a graph. So let's first look at the in-out table for y equals 3 to the x. On y equals 3 to the x, we know that 3 to the first is 3. We know that 3 squared is 9. Anything to the 0 power is 1. Negatives make it flip upside down. 3 to the negative 1 makes it a reciprocal, so it's 1/3. In other words, it fits pattern 2 because you divide by 3. 9 divided by 3 is 3. 3 divided by 3 is 1. 1 divided by 3 is a third. 3 to the negative 2 is 1/9. So I have my in-out table for y equals 3 to the x. Now I'm going to make an in-out table for log base 3. So I need to find good x value so I can find y. So, for example, one good value is log base 3 of 1/9. Because if I use 1/9 for my x, it asks me 3 to what power is 1/9? In which I'll say, oh, that's negative 2. Another good one would be log base 3 of 1/3. That says 3 to what power is 1/3? That's negative 1. Then I'm going to do log base 3 of 1. 3 to what power is 1? That's 0. Log base 3 of 3 is also good. 3 to what power is 3? That'd be 1. 9 will also be a nice one. 3 to what power is 9? That would be 2. Oh, if you notice, these in-out tables are inverses of one another. They're x's and y's. Simply switch. So here they are to look at a neater version. To make this graph, I'm going to do a sketch because on the smartboard, nothing works right if I use a graph. I had to realign my pen. So I'm going to go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. And so I'm going by ones on both scales. I'm going to plot 0, 1, 1, 3, 2, 9. 1/3 is going to be about here. 1/9 will be about here. And now I have my exponential function. I'm going to do the same for this, except my scales are going to be a little bit reversed. So I'm going to go to 9 on my ends, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. And I'm going to go, I don't have to go as high on my outs or as far low. I'm going to switch pen colors so that I can see it better. I'm going to start by plotting 1, 0. 1 on the x, 0 on the y. Then I'm going to plot 3 on the x, 1 on the y, and then 9, 2. Now I'm going to plot 1/3, negative 1, and 1/9, negative 2. And here, it approaches the x-axis, is my graph. Notice how this graph is flipped. If so what I'm going to do is flip it up, down, and then I'm going to flip it left, right. Notice how this graph goes on top. It would look so much nicer if I had used a nice graph and a nice scale and a bit more perfect. However, you notice that they are inverses of one another. They flip over to land on top of each other, which is pretty cool.